Welcome back to the channel, where the gridiron is our canvas, and every strategic play, every bone-jarring tackle, and every front office decision paints a vivid picture of triumph, despair, and the relentless pursuit of glory. Tonight, we're not just dissecting a game, we're delving into the complex, often agonizing world of NFL general management, where the line between genius and folly is razor-thin, and sometimes the boldest move is no move at all. When the roar of the crowd demands immediate action, when the pressure to go all in reaches a fever pitch, and when a crushing defeat lays bare the deepest flaws of a team, can a general manager's quiet inaction at the trade deadline truly be hailed as a stroke of genius, a testament to a long-term vision that transcends the fleeting cries for a quick fix? Good evening, football fanatics. Tonight, we're plunging headfirst into a narrative that has gripped the San Francisco 49ers faithful, a story that began with whispers of discontent and has now culminated in a resounding, almost undeniable vindication for their general manager John Lynch. The recent 42-26 shellacking at the hands of the Los Angeles Rams wasn't just another loss, it was a brutal, unvarnished exposé of a team's vulnerabilities, a stark reality check that has, ironically, shown a spotlight on the wisdom of a decision that initially drew widespread skepticism. Let's rewind to the NFL trade deadline. The air was thick with anticipation, the rumor mill churning with potential blockbusters, and the collective voice of the 49ers fanbase was clear: make a move, bring in that missing piece. Let's go win a Super Bowl. The 49ers, despite a surprising 6-3 record at the time, felt like a team on the cusp, a contender with a few glaring holes that many believed could be patched up with a splashy acquisition. Yet, as the clock ticked down, as other teams made their moves, the 49ers remained conspicuously silent. No blockbuster edge rusher, no game-changing defensive back, no immediate reinforcements. The silence from the front office was deafening, and for many, it was interpreted as a lack of belief, a frustrating signal that the organization wasn't fully committed to maximizing their current window. The question hung heavy in the air. Did John Lynch and the front office not believe this team was good enough to warrant a significant investment? Then came Sunday. The bright lights of the Coliseum, the familiar intensity of a divisional rivalry, and the relentless precision of Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. What unfolded was nothing short of a defensive dismantling. The 49ers' vaunted defense, a unit typically known for its suffocating pressure and impenetrable run-stopping, was, to put it mildly, outmatched. Stafford, orchestrating a masterclass in quarterback play, surgically picked apart the San Francisco secondary and found seams in their pass rush with alarming regularity. The final score, a lopsided 42-26, wasn't just a defeat, it was a revelation. It laid bare the undeniable truth. This wasn't a team that was just one edge rusher away from being competitive. No, the stark reality revealed on that Sunday afternoon was that the 49ers were probably at least 2 or 3 players away from truly being competitive against a high-octane offense like the Rams. This is where the narrative pivots, where the initial frustration over Lynch's inactivity begins to morph into a grudging, then outright admiration for his foresight. Imagine for a moment if the 49ers had made a big move. Let's say they traded away valuable draft capital, perhaps a future first-round pick, for a marquee defensive player. The immediate euphoria would have been palpable. The headlines would have screamed, 49ers go all in. But after a performance like the one against the Rams, that hypothetical acquisition would have been swallowed whole by the sheer depth of the team's defensive deficiencies. One player, no matter how talented, simply cannot plug 3 or 4 gaping holes. The defense was not just struggling, it was fundamentally compromised. The undeniable truth, the elephant in the room that Lynch clearly recognized, is the combined, almost insurmountable loss of 2 defensive titans, Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Bosa, a generational talent, a disruptive force off the edge who commands double teams and alters offensive game plans, is irreplaceable. Warner, the undisputed leader of the defense, a sideline-to-sideline tackling machine with elite coverage skills and unparalleled communication, is the brain and the heart of the unit. Their combined absence is not just a setback, It's a seismic void that no single trade deadline acquisition could ever hope to fill. The raw data supports this. Without Bosa's consistent pressure and Warner's organizational prowess, the entire defensive ecosystem struggles to function at its elite level. The pass rush is less potent, the coverage breaks down more easily, and the run defense, while still respectable, loses some of its signature ferocity. This season, with these two pillars sidelined, the defense is simply too great to overcome. But here's where Lynch's long-term vision truly shines, where the apparent inaction transforms into strategic prudence. While this season's Super Bowl aspirations might be dimming, that does not, by any stretch of the imagination, mean this season is a wash. Far from it. What's happening right now, in the crucible of intense NFL competition, is a baptism by fire for San Francisco's young defensive players. These are the guys who are being thrust into starting roles, playing significant snaps against elite competition, and learning invaluable lessons with every snap. They're making mistakes, yes, but they're also gaining experience that simply cannot be replicated in practice or in less demanding situations. Think about the dividends this experience could pay in the long run. If these young players continue to develop and improve as the year progresses, even if they are ultimately outmatched by clearly better teams like the Rams, the growth they achieve will be immense. Imagine next season when a healthy Nick Bosa returns, reinvigorated and ready to wreak havoc. Imagine Fred Warner, back at the helm, orchestrating the defense with his customary brilliance. The young players who endured this challenging season, who learned to play without their stars, will return with a newfound maturity, a deeper understanding of the game, and a battle-hardened resolve. That collective experience, forged in the fires of adversity, will undoubtedly make the entire defensive unit better, stronger, and more cohesive. Lynch's decision wasn't about giving up on this season. It was about investing in the future, ensuring that the foundation for sustained success remains rock solid. This brings us back to the wisdom of not making a panic move at the deadline. With a surprising 6-3 record, it would have been incredibly easy for Lynch to succumb to the pressure to make a knee-jerk move that appeased the immediate demands of the fanbase and the media. But such a move, while providing a temporary jolt of excitement, could have cost the 49ers far more in the bigger picture. Trading away high draft picks for a rental player or for a player who ultimately doesn't fit the long-term scheme can cripple a franchise for years to come. We've seen it happen time and again in the NFL. The example of Chase Young, a highly touted edge rusher who has bounced around the league after an initial splash, serves as a cautionary tale. A big acquisition doesn't always pan out as expected, and the cost can be astronomical. Lynch, by holding firm, protected the team's future assets, ensuring they retain the flexibility to build through the draft and make more calculated, impactful moves when the time is truly right. So, where does this leave the 49ers for the remainder of the season? Despite the recent struggles and the sobering reality of their defensive situation, this squad still has a chance to make the playoffs. The NFC is a competitive conference, but the wild card spots are often up for grabs, and with their talent on offense and a coaching staff capable of making adjustments, a playoff berth is not out of the question. However, the dream of a deep run, a Super Bowl appearance, seems increasingly unlikely. The defensive deficiencies, particularly against elite passing attacks, are simply too pronounced to overcome against the league's true juggernauts. In the end, John Lynch's prudent approach to the trade deadline, his unwavering commitment to a long-term vision over short-term gratification, seems unequivocally vindicated. He understood that the 49ers were not one big move away from championship contention this season. He recognized the deeper structural issues, the irreplaceable losses, and the invaluable opportunity for young players to develop. His decision, initially met with frustration and doubt, now stands as a testament to strategic patience and a clear understanding of the team's true competitive window. Sometimes, in the chaotic, high-pressure world of professional sports, the most courageous and ultimately successful decision is to do nothing at all, to trust the process, and to build for a future that is truly sustainable. What are your thoughts, Football Nation? Do you now agree that John Lynch made the right call by staying quiet at the trade deadline? Or do you still believe a move could have made a difference? And how do you see the 49ers navigating the rest of this season, balancing playoff hopes with the development of their young talent? We want to hear your passionate takes, your insightful analyses, and your predictions for the future of this storied franchise. Drop a comment below, let us know your thoughts, and if you appreciated this deep dive into the strategic chess match of the NFL, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive reports that get to the heart of the game. Until next time, keep your eyes on the ball and your spirit in the game.